Yeah, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, grown man business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in or you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, you already know time and energy, highest forms of currency, my G. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency. I know they got y'all here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that guap, trying to get to that moolah, but keep it in front of your mental Rolodex at all times that time and energy is the highest forms of currency. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, listen, man, the consistency is going to be all 2024. We not stopping. We only going up, growing the channel organically at all times. Big salute to everybody that's in tune with the channel. Now, listen, it's late. It's 10 o'clock. I'm not going to stay long with you guys. You know what I'm saying? But scrolling through, the timeline, watching what's going on, I felt like I needed to just give my perspective, give my thoughts on this situation that's taking place out there in Brooklyn, New York, Crown Heights to be exact. Crown Heights to be exact, Brooklyn, New York. Now, you see the thumbnail, right? You see the thumbnail, you see the title. You see all that before you even come into the live stream. You already know what time it is. So let's talk about this, man. Before I give y'all my perspective on the situation, I'm a play something for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So just open your eyes, open your ears real quick, and then we gonna tap in. Let's see what we got, man. Oh, big salute, man. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. You already know how we give it up. You already know how it's going down. Let's see what we got.
Police make a wild discovery underneath a synagogue in Brooklyn.
An illegal tunnel found below the Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters in Crown Heights.
Our Fox 5 Police Edward takes a look at how it was discovered.
The NYPD was called to a location best known as a sacred site for the Chabad Lubavitch Orthodox Jewish sect. Authorities say a group of Jewish men who had a long simmering disagreement burrowed through tunnels under several buildings to break into the synagogue. They got into fights and destroyed fixtures.
The cement truck was here, and these individuals or some of their friends perhaps who broke through some of those adjoining properties disrupted the repairs and ultimately broke through the wall in the sanctuary and vandalized that wall as well. They've since been...
All right, so let's just leave it at that, right? Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. If it was a gang of black men, right, that did what those people did, they would be labeled as thugs, hooligans, a gang of black men, X, Y, and Z. Thugs, hooligans, ex-felons, convicted, you already know how they do when it comes to these big news outlets and they describe the indigenous people of this land. And you already know who I'm talking about, FBA. You know what I'm saying? Foundational Black Americans. We're not talking about no other right at this second, right? But those people, you know them people. You understand me? If you in tune with the channel, if you're in tune with the content, then you already know that we are on YouTube, which is ran by the higher ups and the elites. All the social media outlets, all the big news outlets, all the way down to Breakfast Club with DJ Envy and Charlemagne the God playing butt tag every morning, is ran by the higher ups and the elites. And who are the main culprit when it comes to the higher ups and the elites is them people. Them little hat type. You know who I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And come to find out, you understand, them people on American soil been digging tunnels up under all of the, the project buildings, digging tunnels up under the brownstones. You feel me? And now this is all happening in America. This is America, my G. This is America. You feel me? But you got them people. You got them people that, that's a whole nother topic. That, when we dig into them people, we don't even know exactly who they are. They don't even know exactly who they are. That's why it's a ish at the end of it. But that is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. But them people been digging tunnels, and the people that live in these brownstones been hearing noises. So they called the construction, they called the police to kind of investigate to see what was going on. And when they looked, they found, a gang. Because I'm going to treat them how they supposed to be treated. I'm going to speak on them how they supposed to be spoke on. A gang of about 15 of those people. The little, them people, the little hat, them people. Feel me? When you starting this, you get the flu. You ever caught the flu? Them people was digging tunnels up under these buildings to break into another building. And you got to understand something, man. If this was anybody else, this would be mainstream national news. National news, not just local news, not just New York City news. This would be national news. But again, because the higher ups and the elites are playing chess at the highest level, I'm talking from the top to the bottom. They gonna protect their people. You understand? They're gonna protect the narrative that's put out when it come to their people. Everybody is walking on eggshells when it come to them people. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I went ahead and cut that short, and I'm gonna give you my perspective. Not gonna stay long. This not gonna be 60 minutes. I want to get right into the situation. You understand what I'm saying? I told y'all, as long as they got y'all looking at the sky, y'all won't be looking at the ground for those underground bunkers. As long as they got y'all looking up at the sky for aliens to invade, as long as they got y'all looking at the sky worried about Russia and in North Korea and Japan and China and all of that, you won't be looking at the ground at these people digging underground tunnels in Brooklyn, New York. You understand what I'm saying now? I mean, it's multiple different angles to this thing. Multiple different angles. The war is already here. The enemy is already here. The enemy is actually a so-called an American. You understand? They done let all these people come over here and call themselves a Asian American, a this American, or that American. They let all these people come over here and add America to the back of their name of who they really are. You understand what I'm saying? See, I like, again, I want to give a big salute to Doggy Diamonds. Big salute to Doggy Diamonds because again, I'm scrolling my timeline. It's late. It ain't, it's late night for me, baby. I'm an OG. I like to be in the house at a certain time. I like to bring it down at a certain time. You understand what I'm saying? Bring the energy of the domain. Bring the energy of the house down at a certain time, especially in the middle of the week. And I'm scrolling my timeline and I see Doggy Diamonds talking about this situation. So salute to Doggy Diamonds and I tap in. And I'm listening to Doggy Diamonds and I feel him. You know what I'm saying? See, Doggy Diamonds lost his monetization. So he don't have no filter right now. And he was speaking on, just why is everybody so quiet about this? And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly why I'm telling y'all, all 2024, I'm not going at no content creators. Even if I don't like your content, even if I don't agree with your content, I'm gonna give you some tough love. I'm gonna show you love, and then it's gonna be tough love and involved with that. But I'm not gonna go against no content creator because that's exactly what they've been banking on for a long time. The whole while they digging tunnels up under these buildings out there in New York City. I suggest all of the content creators out of New York City, I suggest anybody that got a voice, speak out on this. Stand on business. See what I'm saying? Because again, if this was a bunch of black people, this would be national news. National news. But since it's them people, they speak very lightly. They walking on eggshells. They don't want to disrespect them people. But at this present moment in time, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. It's time to disrespect them people. Michael Rappaport, where you at? See, again, I want y'all to really hear my voice on this, especially everybody that double back and listen to this. Michael Rappaport always got something to say about Kanye West. Michael Rappaport, big nose Michael Rappaport. We all know who this dude is. He got the, big nose. One of them little I'm talking about Michael Rappaport always got a big bump right on the front of his lip. He always got a herpes bump. I'm talking, they just be busting and blistering every time you see him. He got something to say about Kanye West. He got something to say about hip hop culture. I mean, this dude is so engulfed in our culture. He's so informative. You understand what I'm saying? But he ain't talking about these underground tunnels up under that synagogue. Yeah, we ain't heard Michael Rappaport say nothing about DJ Vlad. DJ Vladimir, he got so much to say about the Nation of Islam. He got so much to say about the Minister Farrakhan. But we ain't heard DJ Vlad say nothing about these underground tunnels. See, I told y'all, the war is already here, my G. While they got y'all looking all over the place, while they using all of these celebrities to distract y'all, while they got they plants into our culture, they got their culture vultures vulturing and eating off our culture. You got to pay attention to everything. But see, it's at the point here in 2024 that it's not going to be able to be ignored anymore. I mean, it is overdue. The cup has overfloweth all the way to the point where you got underground tunnels. Now, let me come from a whole different angle. Because this is the underground tunnel that they actually found. This is the underground tunnel that they actually talking about. But let me ask you this, how many more underground tunnels you think they got running through Brooklyn right now? Woo, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I probably could just keep counting. It's tunnels everywhere. It's tunnels all over New York City. They got underground tunnels all over Brooklyn. And what you think those tunnels is used for? That's why they don't never want you talking about them people. That's why they don't never want you having a conversation. You might be anti, you know. You know, anytime you say anything about those people, you're anti, you know. You know. Yeah, you're anti, you know, but they got tunnels. These little tunnels, man. 100 feet this way, 50 plus feet that way. They got tunnels running up all over the city. Yeah, we know what y'all into. See, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I never worry about the numbers in my live stream because I understand that higher ups and the elites, they blackball and they shadow ban my channel. But you never know who watching these live streams. You never know who double back and get a whiff of these live streams. But one thing for sure, two things for certain. I know that y'all watching the live stream. I know that y'all paying attention to the live stream. So when you come in here, you see 11 people, you see 20 people. Don't ever get it confused like they ain't watching. And I'm here to tell y'all, we know what y'all got them tunnels for. Yeah, we know. It's only so long you're going to keep here. Listen, y'all time is running out. Y'all time is actually already ran out. Y'all are being exposed, my G. Exposed to the highest power. We see y'all very clearly. And for the sheep and for the ones that can't see y'all, that's what you got Grown Man Business TV for. That's what you got dudes like Doggy Diamonds for. That's what you got the truth tellers for. So don't get it confused. Don't think that we done been bamboozled and tricked and we thought that y'all, no, we know what those tunnels is for. Them tunnels is the size just big enough to fit, you know, teenagers and, you know, adolescents and, you know, little kids under. I'm just saying, those tunnels look like tunnels that you can actually get kids into. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing about nothing. I'm just saying when I see those tunnels, they look just big enough to get kids into. Those tunnels don't look big enough to get grown men, you know, on Grown Man Business. But they look just big enough to get some, oh. So don't ever get it confused. Don't ever get it confused because I know you watching. I know you paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, it's tunnels all through and out Brooklyn and probably all through and out New York City. So this is a prime example on why, first and foremost, everybody with that melanated skin need to line up, need to link up, need to band together. It's time to get it in. It's time to stand on business. All these gangs in New York, and y'all got these weak people running New York. 50 don't run New York no more. Them dudes ain't scared of y'all no more. All of these gangs, all of these drill rappers, all of these hitters and sliders in New York City, and y'all got these weak, frail body, running New York. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. We gotta, where else you gonna hear it at? They building tunnels all through and out Brooklyn. So while y'all running up on the street drilling each other, they got tunnels. They got tunnels underground where they kidnapping and they running down and they swiping up the babies and they taking those, We already know what y'all like. Yeah, we already know what y'all want out them. We already know. Huh? Yeah, you know them parties we be talking about. It ain't all about buck breaking at those parties. It ain't all about P. Diddy and TD Jakes at those parties. After they get done doing what they like to do in them back rooms, you got the pale face ones. You got the little, you know what I'm talking about, them people. They want the melanin out of us. Huh? They want the melanin, they want the blood, they want to drink that. And see, even deeper than that, huh? You got Epstein Island. Whew. Or we gonna tap in. We just gonna tap in real quick. But when you think about those tunnels, when you look at those tunnels, you gotta understand, Epstein Island was being, supplied to babies somehow, some way. He wasn't just growing babies out there. Yeah, Epstein knew. He knew about these stuff. When they put him in jail, they knew we gotta get rid of him. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, I told y'all, every stone will be unturned. So even though y'all got rid of that man, even though y'all wiped him out, the secrets are gonna come out, my G. And it's deeper than rap. It's deeper than a list. See, they telling y'all about a list. Anything that they tell y'all about, you gotta look at it sideways. Why are they talking about this? Because the stuff they don't want us to know, they don't talk about. This right here should be red flags all over the field. But I'm going to tell you something, and this is one of the reasons why I'm speaking on it, and I ain't nowhere near New York. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm actually one of the ones that talk. Yeah, you know how I talk when I get to talking about New York. So I'm not one of them. But I know that the majority of you New Yorkers is scared. Y'all ain't going to say nothing. All of these content creators in New York is scared. They ain't gonna say nothing. And I'm gonna say, minus Hassan Campbell, because I know Haas gonna come in on this. I know Haas gonna have something to say about this. But before Haas get up here and start fear mongering, because a lot of the stuff he say is gonna hit the nail on the head, but then he go left. I'm gonna give y'all the real potent. I'm going to give y'all the real, straight to the point potency. Huh? Now, even deeper, because it get deeper than rap, even deeper than the babies that's getting led through them tunnels all through New York. They done found these dudes. And now, mind you, it wasn't a random tunnel. They just found a random tunnel. This tunnel had 15, 16 of them people in it. They got beds in them tunnels. They done found beds. They done found all type of stuff inside these tunnels, my G. Because when they leading them kids out these tunnels, sometimes they got to take a break. They put the little babies on the bed, lay down right there. We got 20 more miles to go to get y'all to the boat over there at the dock. We going to walk. These tunnels lead all the way to the dock where they putting these babies on these. Yeah, I'm giving y'all. I know it sound crazy. I told y'all. I told y'all it sound crazy. So anytime we give it to y'all, anytime the real come out, somebody gonna say, man, yo, G&B TV bugging. This nigga, yo, he said it. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, don't look for the double cross. Always pay attention to the triple cross. That's where they get y'all at. So even deeper than these babies that they leave, because I done played it already. I'm not gonna play it again. I'm not gonna play it again. Once they listen, I'm gonna get a little. I'm gonna get. I'm already up here. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So people was hearing some digging, some construction going on under their brownstone, and they called the police and they called construction workers and said, "Yo, man, get up under there and figure out what's going on." They probably thought it was the rats. You know, New York got rats the size of alligators. New York got rats the size of Rottweilers. So they probably said, "Yo, we think it's some rats under there." When the police came to the synagogue, when the construction workers came to the synagogue, they discovered massive tunnels up under the synagogue. And when they tried to close it up, the people on the inside went crazy. And mind you, I suggest you go look at it for yourself, but it was a riot. I'm looking at it right now. It was a riot inside the synagogue with people fighting. All of these thugs and hooligans. Yeah, I got to give it to you the real way. I'm talking about 200 thugs and 200 little hat hooligans was fighting, and it was a riot in there. Because something has been discovered that was not supposed to be discovered. The war is already on American soil, my G. Woo. So again, while they got y'all looking up for the alien invasion, they digging tunnels and sneaking the babies out. While they got y'all looking up for the bombs coming from China or Russia, they got the tunnels and they digging them and I'm talking about like El Chapo. These dudes is doing it better than El Chapo. And I'm talking about the little hat. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You ever had the flu? Dumb people. You ever had the flu? I'm talking about dumb people. They doing it. Yeah, they was digging tunnels better than El Chapo. And see, again, here at Grown Man Business TV, when I see red flags all over the field, my wheels get to turning. Ooh, because critical thinking is necessary. So when I say my wheels get to turning, I'm talking about critical thinking. I step outside the box of social media. I step outside the box of these news platforms, and I think for myself, and I use critical thinking. And does anybody remember that about a month or two ago, maybe about a month ago, in the Bronx, New York, they had project buildings collapsing? Do anybody remember that? It was in the Bronx, New York, and it was this big apartment complex, this big apartment building. And I'm talking about half of that shit just fell down out of nowhere. Let me know if y'all remember that. In New York City, a whole damn apartment complex collapsed, and I'm talking just fell to the ground, my G. And everybody was flabbergasted. Nobody knew how this was possible, and everybody had something to say, and everybody was blaming the apartment complex and the landlord, and everybody had something to say. But looking at this situation at this synagogue make me think maybe it was a tunnel that was built up under that structure. Because when you build these tunnels and you dig these tunnels up under these project buildings and up under these apartment complexes, they fucking fall, my G. That's when they fall. That's when you have buildings collapsing. So again, these innocent people that don't want you to say nothing about them, because if you say anything about them, if you even say their name, it's you know what I'm talking about. These guys are doing the most damage. These are the ones that are bringing the war to America. And this is the thing what you got to understand why, you need that grown man business perspective, because as a black man, right, when we want to go to war, we get aggressive. We get loud. You already know when a black man is upset, you know exactly what's coming. You feel the energy. He's not going to hide it. But when those people when those people do damage, they're such cowards that they hide behind a timid stance. They're timid. Don't talk about us. It hurts our feelings. It makes us think that you're anti. Don't talk about us. It's so anti. We don't want any war with anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody. We are just trying to. That's how they approach it. That's how they trick you. They make you feel sorry for them. They make you feel bad for even having those thoughts. The whole time they digging tunnels up under Brooklyn, New York, and they funneling the babies out of there. The whole time they digging tunnels in Brooklyn, New York, where black and Puerto Rican and Latino people live at, in these project buildings. The building collapsed, people died, and they act like they had nothing to do with it. The ancestors are here because this has been going on for centuries, my G, with these exact people. With these exact people on different lands in different areas. You know what I'm saying? They started to figure out like, yo, these dudes is with the rainbow stuff. We not with that. Wipe them out. These dudes is doing stuff to adolescents. These dudes is doing stuff to babies. We not with that. Wipe them out. Whoo, the game. Yeah, it feel like that when you can see clearly. It feel like that when you can see past the smoke and mirrors. So every time we was at school and you know that dude, his name rhymes with Tommy Hilfiger. You know that little short dude that was causing all the mayhem back in the day, and you know he was using gas chambers, and you know that guy. It was a reason why they taught us to hate him. When you see it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. And you got to be real particular. I heard Doggy Diamond saying that. See, you got to know how to articulate yourself on this thing. You got to really know how to talk. So that guy, his name rhymes with Hill. You know who I'm talking about, Hilfiger. You know that little guy. He had short hair, and he was causing a lot of mayhem, and he was using gas chambers. And anytime when we were in school, they taught us to hate that guy. They said that he was like the worst person in the whole world, that guy. It's a reason why they taught us that. Because if they taught us as youngsters to have some type of ill will towards that guy, we would never look into the reasons why he was doing what he was doing. But I'm going to tell you something, my G. I did the due diligence. Once I became awakened, once I started seeing past the smoke and mirrors, I doubled back on homie. I doubled back on that little white guy. That name rhymes with figure. Figure. You know what I'm talking about? And I did my due diligence on him. And I learned exactly why he was doing what he was doing to those people. You know, the little hat. You ever had the flu? Yeah, we talking in code over here, my G. You ever had the flu? I figured out why he was doing what he was doing to those people. And this is what he said in his notes. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis on what he said. And it had nothing, it didn't have as much to do with a pure race as they make it out to be. You know, they say that he wanted the blonde hair and the blue eyes, and he thought that was a pure race. Yeah, that was a little bit of something that was sprinkled in there. You understand what I'm saying? But when it come to black people, he had some words for us. And he said, I'm going to give y'all some game. Let me just, he said that America will never be right because America stole the jewels off of God's neck. And by the jewels, he was talking about us, black people. He said America will never be fully empowered, would never get right until they do right because they stole the jewels off of God's neck. And he was talking about us. Now, why was he doing what he was doing to those people? You know, the same people in Brooklyn, New York that had a riot in that synagogue, the same people in Brooklyn, New York that we finding out been digging tunnels all over and up under the city. Why was he getting rid of them people? Because he found out those people, like, you know, the Rainbow Coalition. He was walking in and he was finding man on man and woman on woman. And he said, this guy that they taught us to hate, he said, that type of mentality is going to destroy a civilization. Man on man, woman on woman, we got to get rid of that. He was walking in, he was figuring out, they like to circumcise the babies with their mouth. Do your due diligence. See, for a lot of y'all, it'll be better if you do your own due diligence. Take your own time out, sit down and read up on this so you can intake and digest. But I understand that a lot of y'all like it just the way I'm giving it to you. Ooh. Hilfiger, the little white guy, that name rhymed with Hilfiger. He was walking in on the little hats. He was seeing and he started, y'all, it's man on man. It's man on man. Oh, y'all trying to push a narrative of Rainbow Coalition. He said all of this in his diary. He said, if you let these people come into your civilization and you let them get a foothold, they will soon take over your whole civilization. They will soon take over. And once they take over, they are going to push the Rainbow Coalition agenda. And what do we see? What do we see? Everybody know those people own everything. You hear it in the rap songs. You heard Jay-Z say he wanted to get money like them people. And even that, they felt like that was a problem because he was saying that they got all the money. And after they control everything, real estate, media, every aspect of media, they start to push this Rainbow Coalition. They start to make it normal. And see, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like I say, it get deeper than rap. So all we know is that they own everything. And all we know is that they like to push the LBG 1, 2, 3, the ABC community. We can see that. They show us that every day. But what about the underground situation? What about everything that they doing that we can't see? Like building tunnels underground, like funneling babies out for Epstein Island. See, once you get a real grip and get a real bird eye view of what they are really doing, you will be ready to go to war. You will be ready to do what homie was doing. He was, like the gas stoves that we got, in the kitchen. He was like, he wanted to use gas stoves to cook his food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Rome. All of that. Once they infiltrated, next thing you know, you got Romans, they got, don't let me you already know, baby, it get deep. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. But beta males, everybody's saying, oh, he's a beta male. They don't even understand the real terminology for that. The beta male was the little boy that the grown, it was like a status symbol back in the Roman days to have a little 12-year-old boy on your arm, topping you off anytime you told him to top you off. That's what the Romans was doing. Again, I felt obliged. I felt motivated to come back after going live today and talking about the aliens and Zip with the Drip and grown man business. I felt obliged. I felt motivated and inspired to come back tonight. Because again, I want to see what you New Yorkers gonna do about that. And I guarantee y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. The war is already on our soil and it's already in New York City. Them people done already took over Brooklyn. This shit happened in Brooklyn, New York. When I was a kid, Brooklyn was known for Biggie Smalls, Philly blunts, and Timberland boots. You got these weak, frail-bodied people in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. Now, mind you, I can't even walk down the streets in Brooklyn, New York. That motherfucker try to rob me for my little chain and all that. But you got these people in New York, in Brooklyn, New York, safe enough to build underground tunnels without being disturbed by not one gang member, by not one hooligan. You know, come on, homie. Come on. So don't get mad at me when I get to talking my talk when it come to NYC. Y'all been soft for a long time. I saw New York fall off when Biggie Smalls lost his life and ain't nobody do nothing about it on the East or the West Coast. Y'all been soft. And if y'all not, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, homie. It would have been a riot in Norfolk, Virginia. If we found out and these buildings and these houses started falling because we found out them people was digging tunnels in and out the city. Knowing what we know about them people, it would have been a riot in my city. But New York is so this and so that. Y'all, it's all fake, homie. We used to believe y'all in the 90s. That's why, again, you know what I'm saying? It's tough love. But that's why dudes like Zip with the Drip, they so loud and animated because y'all trying to make us believe y'all. We don't believe you. You need more people. Now, listen, them people been digging tunnels up under the city. Them people been funneling babies out of the city. Them people been putting on masks. These people are despicable, my G. They literally will buy blackface masks and commit crimes and got people thinking that, you know, it was a black person that committed that crime. The whole time they got one of these masks on. I'm just giving you the game. I'm just giving you the real. I'm just telling you what it is. Tough love, my G. And then you wonder why we don't respect y'all. You wonder why we step on y'all. Man, New York ain't built like that. Y'all ain't built like that. So what we talking about? Yeah. Them people ready to go to war behind it. And see, again, you know, I'm gonna tell y'all what I understand and why again 2024 is such a powerful year. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, I know for a fact, it's gonna go down. And it's gonna go down in New York City first. And it's just like 9/11, just like any other catastrophic event that takes place in the United States of America, it happens in New York City. And two things for sure that's gonna make the people retaliate, that's gonna make the people stand up is when you can't hide the truth no more. Again, homie, we you know, again, we know who run everything. We know who own everything. We know they own all the media. I call them the higher ups and the elites. That's what I call them. We know that they pushing the agenda of the LBG 123. It done got outrageous to now. They involving babies and, you know, you can be a child. You know, they done took it way too far already. But as soon as the people see it with their own eyes, like these tunnels, then it's going to pop off. Yeah. Then it's going to pop off. And we all going to be sitting back just like we sat back and we watched 9/11 happen and the Twin Towers fell down. We're going to be looking and watching and seeing. And it's going to be time to go up. Or listen, you either going to get down or you're going to lay down. And if you lay down, you already know you're going to stay down. You already know. So the problem ain't me. You understand? And it ain't about getting mad about what I'm saying. You know, back in the day before social media, before cell phones, right? Well, at least before smartphones, because we always had cell phones, right? You know, it would always be that one parent, that one uncle, that one OG or older guy in the hood that would tell you exactly what it was, even if it hurt your feelings. And you would get mad. You'd be like, man, fuck that, man. He hating, man. I ain't feeling that, man. He hating on me. He jealous of me. But then when you get by yourself, if it's a month from now or a year from now or 20 years from now, and you sit back and you think about it and you say, man, homie it used to piss me off, but he used to always tell the truth, man. He was honest. You know what I'm saying? That's grown man business TV. So you might not like what I'm saying about New York City. You might not like how I approach the situation, but I understand that it's necessary evil, my G. It's necessary evil. Y'all don't see those tunnels? Why nobody ain't talking about those tunnels, man? Why nobody ain't feeling some type of way about these tunnels they find? And I mean, it was a whole riot, B. Them people was exposed. They were so exposed that they caused a riot and they tore up the whole synagogue. And then if this was some black people, it'd be thugs and hooligans. And it's all happening on American soil. These people are from Israel and Pakistan and all of these foreigners, my G, raging war on American soil, on our soil. Huh? Huh? That's another reason. See, again, you know, I'm not gonna stay long. I'm already 40 minutes in, but I want to say this, right? For a long time, they bunch us all in one group and say those are black guys. You see 20 melanated dudes walking. You say those is a gang of black men. The whole time it's one black person amongst, you know, a bunch of Haitians and Jamaicans and West Indians and Islanders. So those guys that are from Jamaica and from West Indies, they have a whole land over there in Jamaica that they can go back to. You know, the dudes from Haiti, they got a whole Haitian heritage over there that they can go back to. The problem is for FBA, for black Americans, foundational black Americans, this is our land. Yeah, we are indigenous to this soil. A lot of things happened on this land, my G. You know, a lot of stealing, a lot of lies, a lot of deception, a lot of smoke and mirrors. But at the end of the day, past all that BS, you understand that this is our land. So what is gonna happen? What we gonna do? What y'all trying to do, B? And, you know, don't get it confused. I get it. You know, the Jamaicans are our distant brothers that so happen to be over here. When you talk to Jamaicans, they don't call themselves black. They'll tell you real fast, I'm a Jamaican. I'm not black. Dudes from Haiti, they'll tell you real fast, I'm not black. I'm from Haitian. I'm Haitian. Oh, I'm not black. I'm from Nigeria. I'm Nigerian. I'm from Ghana. All of these fucking foreigners. Foreigners. Yeah. Y'all ain't ready, man. Y'all ain't ready, man. But I'm gonna make sure you get ready. I'm gonna make sure you understand what this is. And trust me, trust and understand something. Just like I said about the aliens. We falling back. Y'all gonna see what's happening. Everything it's going down in New York City, man. If you believe it or not, it's a cold war. The shit is going down. Them people are ready to go to war. And hey, do what you gotta do. But when it's time for it to go down for real, that's when y'all gonna know who land this belong to. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Salute to everybody in the live chat. Let me check out the chat, man. Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Wisdom B, right? I was just talking to my daughter earlier, and I was telling her, you know, I want some acres bad, man. I'm really, you know, when I get focused, B, when I want something, I already know that I'm gonna get it. The universe is already preparing it because I'm thinking about this shit every day. I'm having dreams about it. But I really got to sit back and see what's going on in 2024, because a lot of these interest rates are supposed to be dropping 2, 3 times. It's a lot of, if you do, I do the due diligence, it's a lot of foreclosures. It's a lot of people not paying their property taxes, not paying their land taxes. So I'm here to tell all of y'all, all 24 of y'all, next year, 2025, it's going to be a lot of land and property available, because a lot of people are losing their houses. A lot of people are losing their land because they can't pay their mortgage, they can't pay their property tax, they can't pay their land tax. And it's a lot of liens on, it's thousands of properties. It's thousands and thousands of acres of land that I look at every day. And I was really thinking about getting an investment property, but I'm kind of leaning towards, 15, 20 acres of land, my G. And that's what I think I'm gonna do, because once I get the land, then if I want to build something on it and rent this house out right here, I can do that. If I want to keep this house open for the family and still just build something on that, then I can do that. And that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, listen, farming, guaranteed. That's one of the things. But see, even before, now if you already got some land and all that, cool. But farming or not, right? The stuff that's taking place is gonna happen and gotta happen. It's been written already. So if you got some land already and you can fence it off and you can protect it, I salute you. But these tunnels, this child trafficking, this sex trafficking, these human organ trafficking, all of these things gotta be fully exposed. And I mean, it's so outrageous that even in California, a couple of years ago, they had this big FBI bust at this place in California where they had refrigerators full of dead bodies and body parts, legs, feet, and they were selling this shit. And it made national news because I found out about it, but it was so outrageous that people don't even talk about it. It's like, people are like, yo, is that shit real? Most don't even understand, but they got those all over the country. They got them spots, them organ harvesting. All this shit gotta be brought to the light for the real war to come. And again, they want y'all looking for the alien invasion. They done told y'all some aliens came down out there in Miami, and we ain't got no pictures of it. But yeah, keep looking at the sky because the aliens are coming. And the whole time they moving children through these underground tunnels. What's going to happen when everybody starts looking at the ground? What's going to happen when everybody starts looking eye level with the higher ups and the elites? It's going to turn up. It's going to turn up. It's already been exposed in season. Salute Buffalo Soldier. It already been, 2023 was a lot of exposure. You know what I'm saying? 2022 coming into 2023, it was heavy exposure. But I'll say this, we in the midst of this shit. That's why 2024 been so explosive. A weekend, it been explosive. But see, again, even deeper, because it's always deeper than rap. The celebrities that's being exposed is a distraction. I'm sorry, because we already know what go down in these mansion parties. We already know the whole thing with Puff Daddy was a distraction. We already know what Puffy been doing. We already know that the LBG 123 ABC runs the music community, runs the music industry. So they've been, buck breaking these young boys for record deals this whole time. We already know that, but the deeper part of the situation is, how did those children get to Epstein's Island? When it was in Washington, D.C. a few years ago, where there was, 7,000 young girls that was missing, and they still haven't found all of these girls. They just went missing. But, we got a full-fledged party on Epstein's Island where they just got unlimited access to little girls. They busting them down, they hitting them, they having sexual contact with them, they smoking them, and they deleting them. They doing all of the things they want to do with these little girls and these children. How was that island funded? See, again, even deeper than the list, because everybody's talking about the names on the list. Nobody's asking how, who was actually bringing, who was gathering up all of these babies and flying them over there to an island. Who was doing that? Yeah. Who's in control of the news outlets that never asked that question? Hey, we're going to give them a little bit. You know, the American people, you got, listen, we got people like Grown Man Business TV. He's stirring up the pot. He's stirring up the pot and he got people asking questions. So listen, we got to give them a little bit. Let's just give them the list. They'll be happy with that. We give them a list, put all of their favorite celebrity names on a list, and that'll keep them talking for the next year, some change. But do not, and you better not never bring up or even insinuate on how these babies was making their way. How, who was some, yeah, Epstein knew. Epstein had a contact to the Americas. Man, we need 300 babies for the next 6 months. I got a lot of parties that's about to happen. Yeah, make sure they're about 5 to 13. 5 to 14. We don't want, listen, they don't like them no older than 14. They want them ripe. We need 3 years olds because we like to drink the blood and the blood need to be fresh. We don't want it contaminated. We don't want it, we need it pure. Don't ever ask about that. See, again, fucking tunnels under a synagogue? Come on, my G. Ain't that a place of worship? Ain't that where they alumna hoop day and halumbla or hoop day and shalakwa and the shit zipping and dripping them boys be talking about all the time? A rock bar and that shit sound Chinese to me, man. I hear him say it all the time. Hashamallah. Yeah, man, you doing good next year. Yeah, Hashamallah. I'm gonna do. Yeah, you know what that's what they supposed to be doing in there with them little rugs and shit, right? They supposed to put the rug down and ain't they supposed to be praying 5 times a day to the east? Ain't these Muslim niggas supposed to be in there, praying 5 times to the east and eating crackers and drinking wine? And ain't that what? But the whole time, these motherfuckers is building tunnels. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man, because I told y'all I wasn't gonna do an hour. And here we are, 52 minutes in. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I challenge you New Yorkers to stand on business for once, man. I challenge the citizens of New York City. I challenge the content creators of New York City. I can't even say the rappers in it because I don't trust none of the entertainers. Fat Joe, Pat Poose, my son, I don't trust none of you, I know all of y'all done engaged. All of y'all done been to daddy's house once or twice. So I'm talking about the civilians. I'm talking about the content creators. I challenge y'all to challenge that. I challenge y'all to stand on business for once in your damn life and challenge these tunnels up under that synagogue. Say something. Stand on business. Yeah, stop trying to slide on us. Stop trying to slide and spin on your own people and start spinning on the ones that's taking them kids through them tunnels of that synagogue. That's what I challenge y'all to that. Huh? Yeah, this is the shit they don't want to talk about. This is the shit they don't want to talk about. Because I guarantee you, a motherfuckers like that happen in Norfolk, Virginia, I'm on a flight to Norfolk, Virginia. And I don't know about Zippy with the Drippy. I'm not sure about these dudes, but I tell you this. I can have 100 to 200 niggas pile up in the street. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can make a call. I can come to the city. I can start making phone calls in a day or two, have 100 or 200 niggas in the street, and we trying to get answers. We getting answers, nigga. Police shoot something down in the city, I can have 200 niggas in front of your house and talk about, and we'll be, I'm on the bullhorn. You coming out and we coming in. That's what make me dangerous. That's what make me dangerous. Yeah, you shot somebody that looked just like you. That don't make you dangerous. That make you a puppet. That make you a puppet in the eyes of the higher ups and the elites. They not worried about you. They ain't worried about you. And then what they understood is, man, these people, we got a lot of things going on. We can't control the truth the way we want to control the narrative and the truth that these dudes is talking about. Make weed legal. We gonna tax it. We gonna get our money, but we need them extra high. But not just do we need them high, we need them comfortable in high. We don't need them selling weed on the black market and looking out for the police and putting the weed out when they see the police coming. Let's legalize it and make it recreational so that they can smoke that high grade marijuana that we spraying up with them chemicals. Ooh. This ain't the Acapulco gold shit they was getting from Mexico back in the day. This ain't that lobster and shrimp they was getting from across the water. That natural high. This is that chemical high. We want them high as a kite and comfortable. Once we, that's what we need. So you not dangerous, my G. You sit on live, you smoke 30 blunts. They know that you ain't gonna bust a move, you ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. But me, I couldn't dare cuss as much as you. I couldn't dare light up marijuana on this they'll cancel my platform. Because they know I'm the one that'll make a phone call. I'm the one that's gonna rally the troops, homie. So again, in my city, it'll be 100. What? We'll be in front of your house. You're a police officer in Norfolk, Virginia, but you live in Chesapeake off of Indian River Road. And yeah, we got your name and we got your address. And that's what's up. We at your front door. That's what they know. Oh, y'all building tunnels? We've been having a lot of talk about kids going missing. And we find out y'all got tunnels under the streets. We at your front door at your synagogue. Somebody gonna talk. Or we coming in. Y'all wouldn't have no more synagogues in this city. Y'all wouldn't be able to set up shop with your synagogues in this city no more. There is no super churches where I'm from. There is no super church. There is no TD Jakes where I'm from. You better take that shit to Atlanta. Yeah, you gonna take that to Atlanta, my G. You a pastor and you chilling with Diddy, you wouldn't be getting no money in my city. So zip with the drip, 10 toes down, doggy, all of the content creators out there in New York City that talk that New York talk. I challenge y'all. But other than that, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm blocked from Zippy page, so I don't even watch Zip. I'm glad, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That junk food, I can't get too much of that. You know what I'm saying? But all of the rest of you content creators from New York City, all of you civilians, all of you sliders and gang members, if y'all don't stand on business, get down and lay down. And when you lay down, you already know you're gonna stay down. Is what it is, and it'll be what's gonna be. Now listen, you already know how we do here at Grown Man Business TV, right? You could tap in or you could tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottle. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. New York City, you better stand on business, homie. Huh? We already know what they doing with them tunnels. We already know them tunnels is big. They just enough. They built just big enough to get them babies through it. We already know who doing it. You know the little hat. We already know. Had to give you a quick little history lesson on that one dude where his name rhymed with Hill Figure. His name rhymed with Trigger. Hill Figure. You know the guy I'm talking about. He used to use those gas ovens and them he used to bake cakes with the gas ovens. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm the one that's going to rally the troops. They know that. That's why it's never going to be 1,000 people in the live stream. Now, mind you, I had 1,000 people before. I know how it feel to have 1,800 people watching you. When I was talking about Offset and Takeoff and all of that, what was going down with the Dollar Tree Cotton Boys, I had well over 1,500 people in the live stream at one time. I know how it feel. But when I get, they know who gonna rally the troops. They know who gonna, yeah. Yeah, man. We are totally different. You might be lit in the streets, but you're not respected, Zippy. And that's tough love, my G. I told you it's only positive energy that I'm sending, but it's tough love. I'm gonna challenge all of you, I'm gonna challenge y'all. You might be lit. You might be able to get in the club for free and get a bottle, but you ain't respected in the streets. You don't make nothing move amongst the hustlers and the shooters and the for real ones. You don't make nothing move, homie. Yeah. Yeah. Norfolk, Virginia. I still got the 757 piece. It's right over there. I still got that. I touch down in the city and I make a call. Yeah, we moving like that. Salute the bad news. Salute the mega bills. I'm talking for real, man. I'm not playing no games. I'm dead serious. I make a phone call or two, and yeah, the troops is rallying up. You wouldn't be able to put another synagogue in the city if that ever happened where I'm from. But you know what? Y'all just gonna smoke that strong ass marijuana. Y'all just gonna get inebriated. Y'all gonna get high. Y'all want to talk about jail and Rikers Island and Sing Sing and, give them jail stories. And, we used to like to watch First 48. That shit was addictive, but then we started getting over it. Now we don't really watch First 48 no more. It's the same thing with them jail stories. Yeah, we like to listen to them, man. Very entertaining. But after, we don't want to hear that shit no more when you ain't making no moves in this. You ain't no soldier. Come on, man. You might well go back to jail. That's where you make your whole life at. That's where you make your stories. That's where you get the best stories from, behind bars. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be, man. Gang.